So a couple interesting things about this. If the hand bends to less than 90 degrees, aside from not being particularly comfortable, energy doesn't transfer. If the elbow goes less than 90 degrees, it's very hard to get the energy to transfer. Shoulder, same way. So if I could, from here, as I do this next technique, I'm going to take from here, circle underneath. I don't want to crank on the wrist here. I don't want to push the elbow up here. Instead, I elongate this, a gentle curve, a gentle curve, a gentle curve, and then from here, we have that same line between his feet, and we just rotate like a clock. Tick, 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 tick. Now, in the classic form, once we have this position, there is a kick. It's to emphasize the weight is moving forward. Don't kick your partner. From here, I shift my weight forward. I don't push him. I don't pull him. Constant distance. His rotation and my rotation happen together. I feel just like the rope was moving around this way. I draw my center back. As I do, he naturally rotates his hand for me. That was very nice. And then this comes from here and here. I'm not doing so much with this. If I just keep this lightly here and he tries to get to me, either hand, maybe he has a side kick. We're moving in this cone shape. Now, if I had been, don't kick me too hard, if I had been right here, he'd have me. I have a great, it feels like a great joint lock. I've got all this pressure. I'm in real trouble. If I've slid forward and come offline this way, so that now this is perpendicular to his feet, now everything that he does brings him this way. If I hold tighter, again, I give him too much information. Keep the hands between the two of you just in case. We don't want to go from here and lose it. Haha, I have my good technique. We want this to be here. If it doesn't work, we're still here. So this engages his hand to bring it here, slide in at an angle, slide back at the straight line, draw, gentle, tick, 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 this way, and in. Just till you feel that break. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this will not feel like Nikkyo, depending on how you do Nikkyo.
Okay. So
It is a Nikkyo, but yeah, there's no pressure on the wrist. You'll slide across his line. So from here, I want this intention here. I slide here, I slide here. Notice how this has caused that to start the rotation. I just continue it. He still feels like he can get to me here. And as he gets to me, if he pulls away, it's still good. Yeah, if he just stays neutral, then we go have tea. Or a beer. Nice. Now slide back on that line. You're right on the line. Oh, other foot. So that foot will actually come back on this line. Yeah. Now, if you see this arc that's created, from here, we just want to move here. If you try to move towards him this way, if you try to kick towards him this way, keep this between your heart. Yeah. That will do for number 5, but for 3 we'll do a little different. From here, I'm going to slide this way. I don't really do anything with my hands. From here, my hand is here. I come back this way. Then this comes to here, gentle pressure.
Space.
Yeah, and then this is just tick, 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 tick. Now here, he's pretty stable. He's trying to find his balance. He's being really nice to me. I appreciate it. If he reaches out to touch me, doop, boom. Yeah. And so the harder you hit, the harder you go down, which is a nice aspect of it, so that you don't hurt someone who isn't really trying to get you. This is really good for power, and actually we do this all the time this way. For this one though, just for today, don't worry so much about this being strong. Just worry about it being in the right place. So now, as he's here and he's reaching towards me, I can move here, 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 Notice as I shift my weight to kick, I'm not going to kick, but the shifting the weight to kick brings me into that position. Then I can move back into all of these other spots.
So the power is in your hips right there.
My power in the waist, yeah. The qua.
Yeah. And he was doing something
Nice.
here, then he was grabbing.
Nice. Beautiful. Now there, don't do anything else. Just stay there. Now, from this position, if he moves towards you, he falls. If he doesn't, as soon as you commit too far, then he can get out. Make sure it stays between the two of you. So this Hapkido does have many strikes. So does Tai Chi, actually. So from here, I never want to go like this, because if he gets away, I'm over here. I always want this to go here. When he gets away, it pulls me into him here. So, and then from this position, as we go here, when he reaches towards me, it starts to work more and more and more. Still between us. Fun? Okay, so these are also set up to work when the previous one stopped working. So if we look at this again, if you would, thank you. From here, on this one, my timing was just right. It moved here, it gently guided her this way. I'm still facing her here and here between my hands. This time, she's seen this a couple times before, just a few. And so as I go here, all of a sudden she's forward and I'm in trouble. So this is now moving here. She has me, but not quite. This moves to here. The third one, she realizes I want to go over here and has stopped me. She realizes I want to go over here and she stopped me. I step into this little spot and now we have number 3. All 3 don't work. She said, I'm not going to let you go this way. I'm not going to let you go this way. I'm not going to let you turn my hand over. We switch hands. From this position, I draw out. The reason I draw out is it causes her body to turn. I could stay there and try to turn her body, but instead I want to guide her this way so her weight is there, and then she turns for me. Now here, instead of coming here, I'm going to take and gently connect a circle between here and here. From this position, I just take whatever pressure she puts on this hand and I place it here. If she tries to bring her hand down, she tries to straighten it out. Isn't that interesting?
It's a lot of fun.
So it doesn't require force and it reflects their force back to them. So it's the same principle. Do you guys do this exercise?
Never.
Unbreakable circle?
Show me again.
Okay.
Which exercise are we talking about?
Okay. Okay. This is kind of a fun exercise. Like unbendable arm bends. Unbreakable circle, it breaks. Who feels really strong? We got lots of strong people. Okay. From here, let's go ahead and, if we go sideways so the camera and people can see, he's going to take 2 fingers, here and here, and he's just going to separate my 2 fingers. Ugh. Good, and you can use strength, that's good. So he breaks the circle this way and this way. Notice as we look at this from here, these are in line. So keep them apart. Don't let me close them. Good. From here, as I try to go this way, I bring these offline. So now this one is this way, and then this one is this way. Keep them apart. Doop. Isn't that interesting? Now, as soon as he gets his fingers in line again, comes right apart. So as we have that line circle, do the line first so they can feel it and they can pull it apart. Once he's pulled it apart, gotten it a good inch or 2 apart, this way it can be even farther, right? Farther apart so it feels like I can't press against it and keep them apart. This way, I spin the circle, again like the rope, just like it was above my head, circling it this way. Moves this way. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Zoom in.
From here, we have circle. From this position, he pulls the 2 apart. From this position, keep them apart. I can tense. Don't let me get them together. Now I relax. He keeps them apart. I think of a circle moving this way to here. It brings the 2 out of line, same as the Hapkido symbol. pulls together. With your partner. It doesn't work every time, but it's getting that idea of the principle.
Love it. I've seen that movie.
Okay. So from here, if you go this way and just okay. From here, keep them together. I pull apart. Now spin it like a wheel, rotating exactly, and bring your thumb in. Now if you put my fingers back in line. Out of line. Yep. That's it. So when you have two forces and they're lined up here and here, they work together. You take them out of alignment and it doesn't work at all. Working for you? Very cool. So from here, I pull apart. He rotates it and turn. And now once it's rotated, just don't pull them together. Just rotate them in a circle. Right. And then the thumb reaches out to the other one. Yep. And just reach, just touch. Yep. This is going to be like the cell phone thing. When he grabs here and he pulls apart, this is here. I push, he can keep it there. From here, I just want to talk on my cell phone. Is it working for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got it.
Okay, so from here, you want to let it come apart.
Yeah.
Pull apart. Now roll this way like you were grabbing something. Yep, and turn, touch. Yep, that's it.
I can do it.
Is it working for you guys?
Yes.
Hey. Now with this one, if you put this out here, you did it just right, but people will think you're using strength. If you just go here and he pulls this way on me, from here, grabs apart this way, I want to just not even use any strength at all. Tube. And then he pulls, you can get a good hold. Tube. Boom. And so as soon as I tense these guys, he can pull apart. But I relax and I rotate right together. And you'll notice the body does this when it happens. Is it working for you guys?
But I was trying something else. I was thinking about my center here spinning.
There's so many ways to think of this way. Exactly. But the big thing you want to do is to see his power and bring it offline.
Offline?
As soon as his power is offline, it's... You guys got it?
Well, I was speculating some on this. That,
So from here,
right,
you can pull apart.
when I'm pulling this way, all of this is engaged. When you rotate
The
this,
biggest
all
thing, you can
disengages
actually have
part of
two
this.
people. So if you grab one,
Okay.
pull apart, and he grabs the other.
Okay.
Right. So from here, this position, from here, if it's not changing your dynamic, and keep them apart.
Okay.
But right now they're not quite facing each other, so I can bring them together. So keep them facing each other. Right. Now I can't.
I see.
Right. So now I just rotate. Now they're not facing each other. It's easy.
Okay.
So that's the principle
you're
we're learning.
teaching-
There's other ways to do it, just like unbendable arm. There's circuit in different ways.
Okay.
But
Thank you very
yeah. So working for you guys? Oh, you're throwing him around by his fingers. Works?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what we discovered? It even works on the left side.
Yep.
That's cool.
And it does this. You can go either way. You can circle it this way. You can circle it this way. Crazy. Okay. So as we move into our number 4 basic, we have this sweep. So if I could again. From here, back of the wrist to back of the wrist, I've swept to the inside, making him kind of feel like this is still here. Classically, when I first learned, we did this to here and over. If he's strong and pulls down, it's really difficult. So we would get tighter and tighter, trying to comb our hair and get low and powerful, and still, it would work most of the time. Then I met a very small teacher, very light, and he would go this way, and he would go this way, and he would be here. And I'd go, well, wait a second. He didn't duck down? And he goes, yeah, my knees. And he didn't use force. And the more force he uses to get out of it, the more it pulls him down. And the reason is the same circle. So from here, as I move here, usually, this is here and here, from this point he can push against here and he can push against here. He has a great lever. I'm going to take this force and I'm going to transfer it over to here. I just create a bridge. Like the person they were talking about being thrown. We say an iron bar straight up. I'm not pushing this way, I'm not pushing that way. I'm not pulling him towards me, I'm not pushing him away. I just create this one axis. As he pulls, the more he pulls, the more it goes. So this isn't, the traditional one actually has a hand grab, but for today, for fun, moving here, give yourself that space like you're taking this rope, bringing it in a circle around this way. As they turn, rotate to here. He wants to still get to me. As he turns to face me, this rotates to here. Kind of fun. Sometimes people will straighten this out. Do we have anybody that likes to evade this one? Straighten their arm out? No volunteers? Do you feel good flipping?
Yeah.
Okay, so from here, he straightens the arm. This is another one of the classic Hapkido throws. Oh, you don't have to jump.
No.
We can just gently go.
I just do it.
But it feels uncomfortable for the arm. So as we're here, this is coming here. We can actually even drop to here. And this comes here. This hand, as he's punching me again, comes to here. Thank you very much. Beautiful fall.
Thank you.
With your partner, to the inside, connect the two with parts of the circle. I always start at the end so I don't get to you guys to the end. So from here, she sweeps to the inside. The other hand sweeps up. Right. I won't let this one move.
Okay.
So you come to here, and then you strike with this one.
Here.
Now you yield, stepping out, like turning change, tenkan. And then, so you want to drag me this way first. Rotate. Yes. Once I step that way,
Now it opens.
Right. Now from here, just lightly, lightly, lightly. Don't even use the thumb. From there and there, and reach straight up. Got it. Now move this whole bar over. Right. If I go here, relax it. Don't respond to my tension. And yeah.
Hi.
That's it.
Can't do this guy. Can't do any of them, so you change hands on me.
Yeah, this hand changes this way. Boom, boom. So yeah, this one has come here. As I've engaged you here, I'm striking this way, just like raising a sword. This one comes up underneath. Right. Now from here, this one comes towards the face, and we do turning like opening a door. Left foot moves back. Right. As I come here, right, it's shionage, exactly. Now from here, instead of getting this in a good strong position this way, try to relax and be soft and point straight up. Right. Now just whole body moves. Not backwards, but back at the 45. Right. If I try to resist, don't resist me, just transfer this force into here. If I push this way, you push the elbow over. So
Go with it.
not quite. So if I'm here, if you push this, I move this. If you push this, I move this. So the two don't change their relationship. So if I'm here and I've done to you, I don't move this way. I connect here and here. As you press on my palm, I push my elbow slightly backward. As you push on my elbow,
The way I'm going.
right, if you push my elbow back this way,
Then you're going the way I'm
exactly.
Are you still doing it if I pull, you do it
Yeah,
elbow?
exactly. Yeah, so this stays up and down. I don't want it to turn this way. I don't want it to turn this way. If I turn it this way, you pull it in.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky.
We need assistance. I think we're almost there.
Cool.
Okay.
So if you sweep underneath, move to the inside, and this is a turn. From here, you're not facing him. He's sneaky. You gotta watch out for him. So from here, as I move this way, I'm going to come here to draw his attention. Now I move out this way, like I was swinging the rope. From here, I'm swinging this rope around this way. I hold the rope right here. I want his body to continue going this way, like it was the rope. The rope has gone right around my head to here, and then this is here. From this position, I keep this here and here. If he pushes on me with his shoulder, I transfer that to his hand. If he pulls his hand back, I transfer that to his shoulder. So even with one finger, if he tries to straighten or push or pull, I redirect it to him.
He's ratcheting down.
The initial part.
Yeah. So from here, we have a great line. From this position, I slide off the line this way.
Okay.
Then my left foot moves to a 90-degree angle. right here. This is just like the rope. I take your momentum forward and I circle it around. And then from here to here, if you reach over, touch my shoulder, or you do your technique, the more it goes. Okay. Nice. Now yield right here to get him to, like, you're going to spin him like a rope. So step back with this foot. Right. Now you've got him. There we go. And then up energy. Right. Not, and there we go. That looks beautiful. Now you went to the outside, which is a great variation, but this one, to get her to do the motion for us, I come this way. See how her body's turning? Oh. As I continue in this rotation here, her body naturally turns that way, like we're dancing. It's really kind of strange. Anytime you have to go here, then there's a lot of agreement going on.
It's doing too much, basically.
Yeah. So from here, I come this way, and I guide you this way. You're wanting to hit me with this hand, you're wanting to come towards me with this hand. That rotation continues, this comes to here. When you try to pull this, it feels perfectly comfortable now.
At the moment, I'm not feeling off.
Right, and so when you reach to touch me, if you pull this up,
then I start pulling myself.
If you push me here, if you mess with my ear, anytime you break that boundary, you actually put the force into it. So I'm not applying any force. I'm just connecting, like that circle with the hand, this part to this part. If you're relaxed and you're being a great partner, which I really appreciate, we're just like hanging out. He's in the same position I'm in. So if he reaches towards the ceiling and I get aggressive.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was wondering about, because I wasn't sensing any kazushi, so it's like, is this working or not?
No, you provide the kazushi. That's what's really kind of interesting about it.
Do something and then...
And what's nice about it is if you have someone who's just kind of obnoxious, and we're here and here, and you sweep to the inside, right, and we're dancing, and you're moving this way, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, and they move on. But if I come here, and don't pull it in, don't be defensive with it, just point this up, and then slightly towards me, right. If I come towards you, that's it.
Things are positioned where it runs into themselves.
Right.
Or they run into.
Right.
That's a I like that drill. It's nice.
Is it working for you guys?
Let's see, walk
Okay.
through this.
So if you do to me, sweep to the inside with the other hand. This one's going to come inside this way. Then this strikes towards the face. Now we have our connection, and your left foot steps back in a 90-degree angle. Right, like you were swinging the rope around.
Okay.
And then from here, you keep me going this way, and you stop. There. Now here, this hand is here, and this finger belly touches right there and there. Reach straight up. Now I feel fine, and you feel fine. If I reach out towards you, don't just let your body move away. Right. If I push this way, you push your elbow into me. If I push your elbow, you push this into me. That's it.
Got it.
So working for you guys?
Yeah, although I think that I'm doing the most often just sort of muscle memory shihonage. It's probably not quite.
So right here, this angle, we do this with sword. So if we have sword versus sword, as he comes in to cut, I want to go here. Now, if I'm here, his balance doesn't change, and he can cut right here. I want to go here. Now, when he turns to cut me this way, it moves this way. From here, as he turns again, I move in here and here, and this is coming up and over. Now he rotated his hand, which is great. It is a different throw. But this is going to come here and here. This sinks into this spot, and I actually look at him here. And it feels like I'm not really holding his hand. But when he tries to straighten it out, it's one finger. And if he tries to pull it down,
I don't think I would do that.
and if he reaches over to hit me with that hand, or side kick. Come on. Okay, one of the things about all of these techniques, I think I mentioned before, is you practice them, you practice them, you practice them, and all of a sudden they don't work. So you go the first time, it kind of worked. It gets a little better, it gets a little better, it gets a little worse, it gets a little worse, it gets a little worse. Nicely, they usually have a balance. So as this one is stopping working, we can move on to this next one. If I could. From here, I've gone this way, and last time I went here. But this time I got confused. Instead of going under the arm on this side, I drew my body out this way. From here, he's got this position. If I go this way, he can reach and touch me, which means he can probably punch me or kick me. I'm in trouble. But as I adjust this way and I create this circle, when he reaches to touch me, this comes here. And I can move right underneath here. I want to be facing him this way gently, so I don't need to put any pressure. In fact, if I put pressure, he can pull his elbow down, and now I'm in trouble. So I want this to be light, and I want to just turn to face him. If he reaches towards me, it moves this way. If he relaxes, he can just stand up, push hands, and pushes me away. So these are ways to have push hands. That's kind of the next step, is push hands is a counter to all of these techniques. It's the entry and it's the counter. This slides through here, this comes through here, gentle turn. From here, I turn to face him, and that's the throw. Make sure to face the person at the end. Thank you. Number 5, Sankyo in Tomiki. Kote Hineri? Tenkai Kote Hineri. From here, I'm going to draw this into here, like the Ikkyo balance break this way. This slides into here. In this position, you can easily pull me off balance. So I turn to face you this way, just a gentle pressure upward. Now when you turn towards me, it increases the technique.
Thank you.
Nice. Now that was really good, but at the end, if you can feel, I'll go ahead and do one time. From this position, as I've circled here, I can put pressure to bring you forward, but if I turn here, you do it for me.
Right.
And why would I do it if I get you to do it for me?
Right.
Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Now there, excellent. From here, this has an upward quality to it. So you're just kind of gently elongating. This is less than 90, so you're losing force. We want this to be greater than 90. Now, as he moves towards us, if this is greater than 90, that force transfers just like he was doing his forward roll. Nice. This is great. See, this is so neat because from this position, let's say it doesn't work and he gets his hand out. You're facing him. You're in a great position, psychologically, physically. Working? From here, as you come here, you go this way. Okay. So as you're rotating, circle, and then this comes to here. As this grabs here, like you're coming up underneath the arm, you slide over at the 45. And you don't even have to grab if you don't want to. As you slide over at the 45, as I try to get to you, you swing me over your head. Right, just like the rope. And then from here, you grab here. And then from this position, instead of torquing on this, you're going to pull me around like you were circling the rope. Sorry. Oh. Yep. It's that same feeling.
You watch us?
Hi. Hi.
How do you start? How do you get into it?
From here, we're moving in this circle. Right. And our last one was where we moved here.
Right.
And so as this happens over and over again, the person doesn't want you to go there. So I go to there and I move to here. This has this opening. I want this curve right here. Even though this is here, I've offlined so that I can come through here. In this position here, I turn to face you. If this bends, he can reach me. So I elongate this slightly and turn. From here, even with pressure just here, as he reaches towards me, it starts to bring him off balance.
The only thing that concerns us is the pass under because
Yes. Yes.
there's an opening.
There's definitely an opening. This is like the one before it, one I would never do as on purpose. It's one of those ones where if I'm here and we're doing our thing and you've pulled me off balance this way, this is a natural. As you pull me here, then
So from a stationary interaction, it's difficult. It has to be an active
exactly,
movement.
exactly, and that's a good point. I'll make that for number 4 and 5.
Thank you.
So 4 and 5, like we talked about before, each one is a response to the previous one. There's almost no time when working with someone for self-defense, I would go, let's see, if you would. We go, okay, he grabs here, I circle around this way, I turn under this way, I pass through this over here, I turn this, I circle him around this way, I grab over here, I turn over here, I circle. It's not going to work. However, when my technique doesn't work, it's very likely to happen as I string one to the other. So ideally, I have here, I go, no thank you. This is push hands. We don't need anything more than this. But from here, it didn't quite work. I offline here, gentle turn. He comes back. It didn't quite work. This becomes easy. From here, he says, no, it's not, and he turns to face me. I go, oh, there. We've got a little bit bigger circle. Now, from here, I go, oh, I'm over here, and we have this position. And then from here, he straightens out his arm, and he's going to punch me, and as he does, I'm over here. And we have this here. Ideally, from this position, I just want to be here. That same push hands position. So this is giving you some tools for when it goes wrong. Because in Hapkido, this is kind of the basic premise. It's going to go wrong. And when it goes wrong, we want to be in the best position possible. Ideally, a better position than we started in. Okay, let's go ahead and have everybody make 2 rows facing forward with a partner.